Hello. Hello, hello. Ooh, Dr. Madman, thank you for the 5 gifted. Viking as well, thank you for 5 gifted. Huge. Huge. Hello. Anzral, thank you for the tier 3. Josh and Sonata and Hunchul, thank you for the resubs. Biggest and Darth Chewy as well. Thank you. What's up, big dog? What up? Thank you all. Thank you all. We're back. Did an impromptu late night stream yesterday because I just really wanted to play more Blueprints. I really, really, really wanted to continue it. So I said fuck it and I just added one in. Felt good. We have probably more of that today. Game goes a lot deeper, which is great. It's great. I've been laughing at a lot of the chatters coming in that are clearly there because they just like the game. You know, they want to watch more playthroughs of it. A lot of people coming in and being like, "There's no way you've gotten this much shit by day 8 or whatever, whatever they're saying." Apparently, I've been doing well with uncovering a lot, so that's cool. What I'm gonna do is once I like finish it, I'll go back and I'll check and see how others have done, because I'm really curious, like, if it's that crazy or not. But the impression I'm getting from like these chatters is so. I don't know. That's funny. But yeah, we'll probably do that after I've beaten the game. Boiler Room Lab RNG. Yeah, having them like right next to each other was crazy. And that was first time polls for both those rooms too, which is crazy. Anyway, it's Super Geek Sunday. Welcome on in. Yeah, Dead Cells all over again. beating the final boss on my 4th ever run. Look, I'm not trying to say I'm a god gamer. I think mechanically I'm whatever. But when it comes to something like a roguelike and making good choices within a set of probabilities, that's where my brain works best. That's it. My brain works best when offered sets of possibilities, and I have to try to affect those possibilities and sway them, you know? That's just my favorite thing. And then on top of that, sometimes I get crazy streamer luck. Who knows? Mix of both. A mix of both. Yeah, wicked smart. Yeah, literally a god gamer. You know, I mean, I'll just say that. Because why not? But why not? Would you be good at chess? I used to play a long time ago. My grandfather was actually very, very good. I had a grandfather who was a very, very good player, and he taught me to play when I was quite young. And I did pretty well, but at some point I just dropped it. I just didn't find it very interesting. Yeah, the bonsai guy, same one, same one. He liked chess and bonsai. Who would have thought? But yeah, I dropped it at some point and didn't go back, and now I don't remember shit. I'm sure I could figure it back out, but I just never felt like it, to be honest. Anujis, thank you for the sub. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. My nose keeps running. Why does my nose keep running? Just one side. Whatever. Whatever. Software to use for taking notes for this game? I've been using Figma. I've just been doing Figma. I would say Figma or Obsidian would be the best two. I don't really like Obsidian for lighter weight stuff like this. I think it's better when you have to do a lot more, but I like using a whiteboard in FigJam because you can keep everything on the same board and keep it all in a matrix with itself, whereas Obsidian is more separated by actual pages and tabs. You can still do that in FigJam, but, you know, I want it to be one huge whiteboard. Not several. Ren, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Holy. Thank you so much. That's insane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Blazing, shut the fuck up. You better go catch it. Oh, you're gonna check out Figma now that's fully available. It's my most useful tool for all the stuff that I'm doing. It will always lack certain functionalities that you have in things like Photoshop or, you know, all these other tools, but it works. And it's very lightweight. And it's stored electronically, you know, stored on the internet, so you can go and take anything you're trying to do in there and open it via a browser. So, you know, the amount of usefulness those couple of facts have been for me, it's been insane. So I just use Figma I use Figma or FigJam for everything if I can, to be honest. Watching TJ go down her rabbit hole using Obsidian has been funny. Yeah, if I click and she has Obsidian open, I like close the tab because I don't want to see it. I like type hey and then like leave. If she's got it open, I'm like, uh-oh. I was actually gonna suggest FigJam to her, because it's a bit more visually oriented than Obsidian is, but like, you know, she started using a thing, that's fine. Works for her. Anyway, actually I was gonna go over our board. No, I'm sneezing. No. No. Oh well. Whatever. Anyway, welcome on in. I can't stop sneezing. If you didn't catch up on what we did, so on Thursday we played Blueprints and it was really good. Yesterday, impromptu stream, decided to go live and just continue some of it. It was really good. But I want to show you what we have. Hold on. For some reason, it's a sliver. Why is it a sliver? Okay. Okay. See this? Keep it a little shorter. Okay. Blueprint spoilers. I filled it out a little more. I have some general notes, whatever. We've been working on this. We went to the study and we found like a chalkboard. Okay. And we found a letter on Mr. Man's desk saying, was it in here or was it elsewhere? Basically, our dude had ordered, you know, when we play this game, every single room has a bunch of art on the walls, but every room has at least 2 similarly sized drawings. I thought it was randomized because we'd go into the bedroom and it would be these 2, and then we'd draft the bedroom somewhere else and we'd go in there and it'd be a different 2, and I was like, oh, it's randomized. No, it's not. We noticed this early on. Now we know what it's for. Basically, every single room has 2 drawings in it, hung on the walls. And no matter which room you draft, it's unique to that square. So this square will be the same 2 every time. Okay? For example, in the room where this S was, there were 2 drawings on the wall. One was of like a human spine, and the other was of a tree. Spine and pine. The letter that belongs to one but not the other is the letter that goes in the box, because he wrote kind of the code here. It's like face and ace and put an F, which we know that when we walk into the foyer, there's always one that has a face on it and there's one that has like an ace of spades on it, right? So face and ace. And then he wrote here unused pairings, so you can like really get a sense of what the key is here. So glove and love, you would use G. Sting and sing, you'd use T, right? So we go into every single room, or I shouldn't say every room, every box on the blueprint, figure out what the 2 are, and then this will actually make a secret message. So on top of all the puzzling we're doing, there's this meta puzzle now that we have to do. So yeah. So as we're playing through the game and we're going through the map, we have to take extra care to make sure that if I haven't already filled in one of these, if I'm in like a room, I draft a room in this box, I have to look at the walls and look at the pictures and figure out what the hell we're missing. But that was the new thing that we added, so that changed how we're approaching this. And then we found out yesterday on the family tree. Our mom's definitely almost definitely dead. Probably she might be missing. We don't know. But she was married to someone named Daniel Jones. We have a name for the dad now. This stuff all turned out to be false. It turns out that these were all red herrings, and it was just this March of the Count. So the code was like 3-3. And we got a really insane cutscene. We got this cinematic cutscene. We found this one room called the Rumpus Room, and it had this thing in it. You know the old Zoltar? Whatever's Zoltar? Remember him? And you would go to the machine, and it had like a fortune teller there, and you'd be like, tell me my fortune. It would like say some words when you put in some coins. Yeah, they had one called Alzara that looks just like Zoltar. So I put a coin in, and it like brain blasted me with an entire cutscene that was like lore heavy. So he saw a black cat tied to a red flag. He heard wind, but the flag would not move. Saw a door marked by a rogue moon. This is the door that is in the antechamber. This is the door that we have to open. And then was basically like saying, you literally will never find it. He was like, it's a room that you shall never find. A door you shall never find. Which was, you literally never find it. I didn't like that. I didn't like that he said that. I felt very hurt because I want to find it. I want to find it. We have a bunch of notes that we added. We got another red letter from our mother who went missing from her brother, sent to our uncle our great uncle who's deceased and giving us the estate potentially. Basically saying like, I think you had something to do with her being missing. I think it had something to do with those like crown jewels that were stolen. I think it's a conspiracy. And I hate you. We also found she had 2 different fake passports. One said compromised on it. We know it's her because this is a picture of our mother, right? So she had a passport with a totally different name. It said compromised. We had this other one that was her again with jean ribbon, not compromised. But it's not on her. It's just, it was in a little safe in a little lockbox in the vault. So, and they both had this cover. Fen Aries, I believe, is where we are. So that was interesting. Most of the music sheets, those aren't filled out yet. And then I made this for microchip shit. So this is where we started going crazy yesterday. This is what I'm currently on, and this is where I'm going fucking insane. So we go into this, like, we open the grotto, and there's just a singular microchip. There's like 3 stacked circles, kind of on a pedestal, and one of them is filled with this microchip that I can pull out. The other 2 are empty. But it looks like 3 microchips could fit in there, right? Potentially. But there's one physically there already, so I pull it out. There's a computer, a terminal on the wall that lets you put in an admin key to access it. I don't have anything relating to that right now, I don't think. And it had a post-it on the wall that just had this. Ignore my brackets, I was showing that there was a space. It just had this I space IOO, or 1 space 122. I think it might be Roman 1. That was all that was in that room. And then I was like, oh my god, you guys. Because we had this note that we found elsewhere. Only the red is what was actually written on here. All the other stuff is all me. It said 6 across. 6 or 0. But look at how square it is. Right? Look at how square it is. Like 1, 2, 3, blank. This blank, this blank. Right? It feels like a square. With missing characters. So now I'm like, what if we're missing letters in it? Or what if this here is related to this here? Ooh. Right? X? Yeah, maybe 10? I don't know. So I was like, well, this is a Roman numeral 9. So maybe it's like 900. Maybe this is binary. I don't know. But this in the room with the microchip and then this on a mathematics worksheet is weird. And then this stuff with figuring these out, it was like find each sum without using signs. And it had different colors. This is related to a very simple earlier puzzle on the dartboard where when something appears in a certain color, you do that operation to it. So it had this like teal and this yellow on this sheet. So if I follow that convention, I do 2 plus 5, 6 plus 1 plus 3, 6 plus 1 minus 3, 6 minus 1 minus 3, right? So I was like, oh my god, is this related? I don't know. We also found this. So someone has been taking red pen or marker and like writing stuff down on a bunch of other notes throughout the house. So I'm taking note of that. So this person shows that they already tried Below the Foundation. They already tried Full House of 45 Rooms. And they couldn't find the rumored 46th room. They colored over some things, crossed out some things. They wrote Grotto, which is where I found the fucking microchip, right? That's where I found this note and the microchip. So I don't know yet, like no conclusions yet, but we have this shit. He also drew a red herring. He drew a red herring. He's saying theorized locations. He also outlined just the right side of this plus the circle. I don't know what that means, but when I look at the cut scene with the door, where is it? It's facing the other way. I want to point this out. I was looking this over yesterday. When we see the door from our perspective, it's facing like left, but this door in the cutscene is facing the other way. So that was interesting. And then in a picture, this is the Baroness. Hers faces to the left, just like the door inside the house that we're trying to get open. So much to think about. Much to think about. She's here on the family tree. It's her. It's her. So it's Herbert, the guy whose house we're in. We're trying to get the inheritance of. It's his mother with the moon necklace. But again, in this cutscene, it was facing the other way. So this makes me think that what we were seeing visually was maybe like in the cutscene, it was the other side of the door, like what's actually on it. I don't know. Maybe they would show us what's behind it. Maybe they wouldn't. But yeah, that's all confusing. It's all so confusing. But basically, I just need to find more red letters, I think. We need to focus on collecting those. Figure out what the hell the admin key for this microchip and this computer room is. More music sheets. I have 5 and 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 from the music room itself. But I don't know where the rest are. Let me see if I can find. I actually have the pictures of them. Hold on. Oh yeah, this, when we look at microchip shit, I also wanted to put in, this is a picture of one of the chairs in the dining room. See, it's got those 3 circles. It's the exact same pattern and orientation and everything of the circles that the microchip was placed in. It was in this one. So if you look at this from the top down, imagine a pedestal with like 3 circles from the top down. And this one had the microchip in it, and these 2 were empty, but they had like, you know, a spot where little prongs could go in. So clearly there were 2 other chips that could be put in there. So the dining room chairs even have the same shape as like the grotto below with the microchip in it. So I was like, okay, it's everywhere then. So that was spooky. Some other stuff that just unknown if it means anything was the chairs in the music room. If you look, it's like 3 and 3 back here, and then 2, a space, and then 3, and then 2, space, 2. So there were some spaces out of the grid, and then a couple of the chairs were like this darker purple. I didn't really understand that, but that's a thing, maybe. And then the music sheets, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, whoops, that's not the one. Hold on, and 4. So we found something that was basically telling us to read the bold words. The bold words said it's first words. First words on the First words on the sheets. And then we have blank blank because we don't have 6 and 7. First words on the sheets, blank blank message. Maybe contain a message. So then I did the first words on here. So we have find among the white trees blank blank stones. So that's something. Find among the white trees blank blank stones. Amount. So yeah, so I think that's all the stuff that was like really super relevant yesterday that we found. We also drained the aquarium and found a couple X's for like little dig spots in other rooms, so that's cool. But yeah, that's the Flintstones. That's the main shit from yesterday that I felt was very relevant.
Show love 100, show love 100, show love 100, show love 100. Mitchie's stream that you raided last night ended up lasting 14 and a half hours.
I saw, you know.
GEEGA flush, I slept a whole 9 hours to it.
9 hours? Well, I did too. Well, not 9 hours, but I slept. I woke up. She was still alive. And then I went and did something. I don't remember what I did. I did something. I came back. She was still going. She was still going. She's crazy with it. She's absolutely crazy with it. I'm just dropping off any random shit that I also took screenshots of. I don't know how she does it, man. Oh yeah, and then we also had this in the music room. I don't know, this is when I unfortunately changed my Sherricks to be round. Denoted in verse, and then it shows a treble clef. So I was like, inverse? Inverse? Like maybe inverse like opposite, or just the clef is denoted in the verse? I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it's relevant, so I'm placing it here. But we figured out everything else with the music sheets, other than we're missing 2 of the music sheets, so we need those words from them. Because the second message where it's like, find among the white trees blank blank stones. What if it's like 3 large stones, and then it's referring to the 3? Ooh, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But this is the thing I'm most curious about: is what the hell is this? What the hell is that? What is that? What does this mean? What does this mean? I don't know. Software using that's Fig Jam. Yeah, and then this. And then this. And then this. Coincidence? What is this? I don't know what it means. I don't know. I don't know. Coincidence. Also, I keep noticing that certain words in certain notes are written in a different font. So this one says bridge in a different font. And then even Bridget, right? The TTE is like totally normal. And this happens in some notes. This one, West is in the same font as bridge here. Right? Like that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, we're overthinking everything. We are, on purpose. We need to figure out there's a safe in this room. This picture of Reddington still is nothing so far, but I want to say it's not nothing. This was in the maid's quarters. Maybe it's something, maybe it's not. This was in the lab, and we haven't done anything with this. And that's it for now. So I need microchip shit figured out. That admin terminal figured out. And the letters. We need more letters. For the safe. Maybe that's what I was thinking. It could be the safe. But which one? What room was I in when I found this? Oh, this was in the hovel. The old gardener's place. So I don't know. Anyway, we're just like brain blasting as we go through. You ever get the basement key again? No, we did one more run after that. I was honestly less concerned with that because there's still so much to chew through. But I would like to get it again, yeah. I would like to. No, we don't have the drawing room safe code. We don't have that. Did we zoom in on the graph page? I believe so, yeah. Yeah. So I'm keeping notes. Trying to figure it out. I don't know. I think the drawing room puzzle, I feel like I was onto something. Like I was counting stuff in the pictures, and I think that's still correct. I think what I was doing was like probably close to it, but just not right. Right? I don't know. I don't know. It's got to be something. It's got to be something. And I was really focused on like the there was this stride length indicator, right? Where every single drawing in that room, they would show the length of their stride, and there was like a little arrow showing that. And I was focusing on that as well. I feel like that's got to be related, but I don't know how. So the other safes, the puzzle to figure out the safe code for the most part has been in that same room, not elsewhere. So it makes me think that I just have to cook on that room a bit and figure it out. I was just too cooked last night to to keep trying. I already tried for a bit and I said, okay, let's move on and come back to it. So we'll probably come back to it today. We'll probably do it. Right, because the office safe code was a puzzle within that room. The time lock safe was also just a thing within that room. The one in the boudoir, the Christmassy one, that one was just from that room, right? So I'm thinking I just needed to sit there and cook, but we'll do that. We'll do that today. We're gonna fucking cook. You're good with most of the puzzles? I have a tendency to really overcook on them a lot. So I just need to like not. I don't know how else to say it. I need to just kind of like take a step back and test different simpler theories instead of going crazy with it. Interested in what the music sheets mean? Me too, because it said something white trees, and I was like, I haven't seen anything like that, I don't think, in the game. So that's where I'm like, maybe I'm missing something entirely. I don't know. What was the trick in the boudoir? It was so simple. It was so simple. I'll give you a hint. It had to do with what the picture was all about. Okay? All right. There was a slight tip in the hallway with the statue names. You mean a tip that I missed? The foyer? I didn't look back there. I haven't gotten that room again. I have not. But I want to just get more room types that we haven't gotten, because each time I get a new one, we find like new shit. If I know how to use the Black Bridge entrance thingy. Oh, the like admin key? No. That doorway in the grotto, I don't know how to open that yet. God, what else? I don't know. You'll see when we get in game. Missing so many of the store rooms? I think me too. I think I had like the locksmith, the commissary, the kitchen, I believe, is in there. What else? I was missing quite a few of them. Quite a few. Yeah. Laundry room. Yeah, we got last time. What game is this? Blueprints. We're gonna play more of it today. It's really good. Actually sponsored by Moist Soap. Yes, I am. You know what was weird? Oh, related to that, I got tagged on Twitter, and I was like, oh, what am I tagged by? It's an account called Streamer Updates. It says Moist Critical is now following, and then it added me. And I look at it, and it's just a bot that has certain creators, and it just, every time you follow or unfollow someone, it'll post them there. Or not you, every time they follow or unfollow someone. Yeah, I was like, ew. Ew. I don't like he follows me, and then there's a bot that posts about it. And I'm like, what? Now, thankfully, like, no one's liking or commenting on any of that. It's not really, like, a thing that people seem to care about much, but, like, ew. Right? It's invasive. I mean, it's also publicly, like, we're public people, so whatever, but I don't know. Yeah, pocket watching. It really is, right? It really is. It's just, it's weird. Right, weird but not a sin. There's another one related that I've seen a lot of. There are there are bots that scrape and post every single thing you write in Twitch chats. Now, they have to know what Twitch chats to scrape to get that information, so they'll tend to start with your own and then, like, big chats, you know, well-known streamers, people that might be your friends. But there are people that'll set up bots in every single one of those channels, and then every time you post anything, they'll, like, spit it out into a sheet. When I was looking at that account, it, like, recommended me one for XQC. they were like, it's everything he says is in his own Twitch and Kick chat, online and offline. And I'm like, okay, all right. And then I was recommended more that were, like, other people as well, but they were starting to scrape it from other chats too. And I was like, what is, ooh. A lot of clippers do that to farm clips. Thing is, right, if you're using it for, like, a use like that, that's fine. But when there are, like, thousands of people following it, I'm like, what is, why do we care? I don't know. I don't get it. And the thing is, like, it's not disgusting. It's not horrifically invasive. Because this is all stuff that you're saying on a public forum. Like, you know, you should just assume that people can find these things. But people who actually would read through it, that feels weird, right? There's no other word for it. They're not actually doing anything inherently bad or that they should not do. It's just weird. I don't know. And it makes me feel bad to think that there are people that care that much, right? The tracking is along the lines of stalking, though. Yeah. I guess. Like, you're not wrong, but you're not wrong. Yeah. You're not wrong. A bit parasocial. Yeah, a bit. Yeah, man. A spreadsheet of every time you take a toilet break on stream. There are people who do that. There are people that clip, like, every single time someone sneezes. Stuff like that. It's a little... It's alright, man. I think about that. You know, there used to be compilations of, like, streamers sneezing. And, at first I was like, that's really funny. And then I was like, wait a minute. This means that there's someone who sits there and every time they sneeze, they press a button. Right? And that gets a little odd. One VTuber had a clipper who used that to farm clips of her having hiccups because chat would always type hic in the chat. Right, see, if you're, like, using a tool to pull them, it's fine. Like, I get that. But when you're, like, actually sitting there waiting for it and then you press a button every time, it's a little odd. It's a little odd. I think from that person's perspective, it might be completely not odd depending on what their intent is, right? But I think the odd part is you never know what that person's intent is. You could assume the worst, you could assume the best, right? Who knows? Who knows? A long time ago, you stumbled on a YouTube channel that had thousands of clips of Asian women sneezing or using a tissue on their nose. Well, that's the thing. There are people who are actually into sneezing. There are people who like that. And I was like, who? What? Like, really? I thought that was fake. And one of my friends was like, no, that's a thing. Because there are people who, like, they perceive the release as something, like, real cool. And I was like, oh, I don't feel that way at all, but okay. I don't, like, logically, I can see where they're coming from. It doesn't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't relate. Can't relate. You thought armpit was bad? Sneezing's one of, like, the most innocent ones, too, to be honest. The release of boogers? They make it up in their head. They're like, oh, you know, when your body tenses up and then you sneeze and you just let it all out. They're like likening it to other shit, but it's, like, not related at all. But they've made up in their minds that it is, you know? That's really what it is. Ugh, I'm trying to hydrate a lot. That's really what it is for those people. Alright, I mean, alright, whatever. I guess. Your sneezes are the disorienting kind. You go, where am I afterward? I just sneeze and go, wow, I wish that would not happen again. like I'm just like, oh, now my sinuses feel irritated. Right? I went from everything being so okay to suddenly, like, now I feel pressure and irritation in my sinuses. That's all I get out of sneezes, to be honest. That's it. That's it, man. You said Fuamoko has someone clipping their sneezes. Don't know. I just came across a video counting them. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, this is nothing about them. This is just about people in general. There are a lot of people that see them as just characters. Because they are very characterized in how they act. You know, because they're acting as characters, which is fine. That's kind of the point. But, there are people that just see them purely, like, as characters like that and treat them purely as that. And then there's a point where I'm just like, ugh. Some things like that can be totally fine for you to deal with. Other things can be really weird for you to deal with as a VTuber. I don't know. Yeah, they're people. Right, some people are missing the plot about them, about anyone who kind of, like, characterizes themselves like that. It's not VTuber specific too. There's streamers who very much act like a character. I'd say actually arguably more non-VTubers do it really strongly, but you know, it's one of those things where people forget to be like, yeah, this is just a person. This is literally just a person. You know? Yeah, most streamers' characters. Exactly. You're trying to tell me, like, Tyler 1 is not just a character? Like, yeah, that dude's kind of like that, too. But, you know. Right, like the Queso chatters. Yeah, I was talking about that the other day. Someone made a joke in my chat because I mentioned Queso, because I like watching him. I like his streams. That's it. I like his streams. And, someone made a fat joke. And I was like, hey, stop. Because I don't know how he currently feels and what his exact line is on that, but I remember seeing a clip of him being like, yeah, I just wish those comments would stop. And I was like, oh. Because people were like, oh, it's his character. They were treating him like Peter Griffin, you know? Yeah, he does play into it, but at the same time, there's a point where it's not about the content of the joke, it's about how you say it, right? So there are some things that people say where I'm like, we could back up on this, but yeah, they're straight up treating him like Peter Griffin, like he's just a character for me to make fun of the weight of, and I was like, no, he's not. He's a dude, and that's what his weight is too. It's not a fat suit that he put on to pretend or something. Like he just is what he is, and he shows you what he is. So like some things you can joke about, but it's how you do it that you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? Thank you for the raid, geckos. Thank you. We were talking about queso. Yeah, you said I like joking and teasing, but not if it crosses the line to making the person feel genuinely bad. Yeah, because I think it's about the wording usually. I think you can joke about pretty much anything, but if the joke is good, then it's really clear. Like you were saying it because you wanted to make the joke. It didn't matter what the topic was. You wanted to make a joke, and the joke was funny, right? But then when there's no tact to it, and you're just like, haha, that streamer fat, and that's it. There's no cleverness to it. Then it's like you're not really telling a joke. You know what I mean? You're actually just pointing a finger and laughing, right? So he plays into it a lot, but when he plays into it, there's some sort of clever quip. There's some sort of line. There'll be some sort of food thing happening on the screen, and he'll make a joke relating to the food and his weight. And it's kind of like you see the setup there. There was a setup and a punchline. Therefore, it was clearly like a setup for a joke. That's fine. But yeah, some people just go into his chat and are like, Lamau, something fat. And I'm like, what? At least tell a joke, like an actual joke. You're just like mocking and that's it. Like, I don't know. They're doing the equivalent of some kid walking up to someone else on the street and going, "You're old, ha 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 ha." Like, you know what I mean? Same energy. So I wish people would just, I don't know. Like, it's totally fine if the streamer plays into it, but like it's got to be funny at least, right? Nah, I mean, nah, I mean. You ever have a kid do that to you? Where they just point something out about you, like physically, and then just laugh? they have no punchline. They have no joke set up. They just show up and laugh. I had a huge bruise on my leg at one point a while back, like an enormous bruise. My leg was very hurt. I was recovering, and I was in bad shape, but I was recovering. I was walking around. Some kid just like poked it, which hurt a fucking lot. Poked it and went, "Your legs hurt, ha ha ha." And I was like, this is why I hate children, dude. I know why they're like this. They don't get it yet, but I was like, bro, I was like, what the fuck? Also, like, that it was not funny. It'd be funny if he saw it happen, right? Like if I fell and ate shit and he saw me fall, it could be funny to laugh at the fall if it happened in a funny way. That's fine. But he was just like, "Oh, your leg's in pain, haha." I was like, okay. Okay. Now we're gonna match. You punch him in the leg. I don't know, man. He was a little poo-poo. He's a little poo-poo. You'd seduce his mom for revenge. I should have done it. I should have done it. Snot-nosed kid. Pratfalls used to be a thing. Yeah. Look, I find videos and compilations of people falling over, stuff like that, to be really funny in a pratfall kind of way. But there are other times where in the middle of a compilation like that, I'll see one and I'll be like, okay, that one wasn't funny, because it's like either level of gore or like, sometimes like there was nothing funny about it, right? Now, what is funny is when people go full Scorpion. I'll show you. There is a subreddit related to this. One of the few times I suggest using Reddit is if you go to a video or picture based Reddit just to look at some sort of, media of a certain type. There's one called Full Scorpion where the idea is sometimes people fall and they kind of land on like their face slash chest, and their legs go so far behind the back of their head, it goes over their head, that they just turn into a circle, and they call that Full Scorpion. Okay. And there's a subreddit dedicated to people just going full scorpion. Now that's always funny. Here's one. There was a dude in a skate park. Okay, and he was on a little scooter, and he fell, and he looked like this. He fell forward, like from where this camera is standing, forward away, and he landed and went like this, like with his legs completely over. It's never not funny, man. Highly recommend Full Scorpion. That's a good one. It's a banger. We got a trampoline one. Here's one on a trampoline. They were vertical. They landed like this, and their legs just went. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, I highly recommend it. I do. I do. It's great. Oh no, trampolines. Yeah, I always hated trampolines. Always hated them. Anyway, Full Scorpion is always funny. So if I see someone fall and eat shit and their legs go over their head, oof. Always good. Done that before. My back felt amazing afterward. My everything else hurt though. Yeah. There used to be one called Hold My Beer, people falling over and doing dumb things while drunk. Yeah, stuff like that is good. Stuff like that is always good. What do you have against Reddit? Not as a whole, just in general. It's changed a lot. The general culture of how people talk on the site has changed a lot. It's really, really, really political, which everything is nowadays. And you know how I am. I don't want it in front of me every moment. That's something that if I want that, I want to go seek it out. I want to be able to avoid it. You can't avoid it on that site. It's also, you know, it's basically become YouTube comments in the way people just argue back and forth about every little thing and nuh-uh each other. Yeah, incredibly unproductive, right? When people are like arguing about that kind of stuff. I think it's still better than a bunch of other places for certain things. And I think there's still a lot of smaller communities and subreddits that are still totally fine. It's just hard. You have to wade through and sort through a ton of shit to find those. So that's why I'm saying, like, the ones that are based, it's just like images and you know, just funny shit. Like, those are still fine. But, you know, you'll see, like, a video of a kid falling on a trampoline and going full scorpion. And then people in the comments will be like, oof, one time I had one of those springs get me. And then someone will be like, oof, yeah, I've done that before. Oh, my back felt great. Someone will be like, you should go see a chiropractor for that, haha. And then someone will be like, here's why chiropractors are bad and not real. And then they'll essay about it. And then someone else will be like, actually, and I'm like, holy fuck, stop, right? That's the problem with the site. It's like everything devolves constantly. Everything just devolves, and it's rough. So that's what I don't like. Yeah, it gets into the weeds. Everyone thinks, and this is not Reddit specific, this is the internet, everyone thinks their opinion is important. I think everyone can have an opinion, right? Everyone is allowed to have an opinion. You're all entitled to having your opinion. Having is where it ends. Okay? No one has to care about your opinion. You are not owed the right to sit there and soapbox about it and have everyone listen, etc., etc. But, you know, on the internet, a lot of people really think they have to be listened to, right? And I think that's exhausting because, it's one thing if you're in a room of 30 people and everyone wants to say their opinion. Okay, we can sit there for some time and listen to everyone. But when you're on the internet and you're around millions and millions of people, and any person could be anyone, you know nothing about them, they're just a username. You know what I mean? Like it's just such a useless thing, yet everyone's doing it. It is just useless. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time completely. And then yeah, like someone said, it drowns out the actual experts. Very much so. Very much so. So I do like things like on Reddit where they do like AMAs where an expert like verifies with mods of a subreddit and they're like, oh, I'm this person for real, this is my account, let's do an AMA. Things like that are good, but a lot of other stuff has just evolved, and it's just one of those things where like I might go there to look at some posts, but I won't really delve into the comments ever, right? And I'll focus on like comedic stuff or interesting stuff. There are like ones for like pictures of space, and they'll show some recent findings or something, and they'll be like, yeah, we have new images that this telescope took of this thing. Like it's still a good site for a lot of that kind of stuff. Yes, you'll find people posting old shit and treating it like it's new, and you have to wade through it a little, but it's still good. It's just, there are a lot of other spaces where you don't need to go. Our male living spaces is pretty funny. I have a story to tell about that. I have a story to tell about that subreddit. I do like that subreddit, actually. It's a bunch of dudes just posting what their places look like, and either people complimenting them or they're like, hey, I want to know, like, what should I do to make this room better? And someone will be like, you don't have any lamps, you should try like lighting it differently. Or they'll be like, oh, you need a rug. Things like that, right? I like that one. Hesty, hello. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. Welcome. I saw you were doing Hitman World of Assassination. I actually replayed it this year, right? Or maybe not 2025, but within the past year I played it. It's so good. Was she just playing the base game, or was she going into the roguelike mode, freelancer mode? Which was she doing? I did a playthrough of all 3 games, and then I did a little bit of the roguelike mode. I kind of want to go back and do more of it. Base game first time. Okay. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Those games are so good. So good. And the way they remastered all of it for World of Assassination, honestly, it came out so good. I really I want to go back through and do more on that roguelike mode, because I really never got deep into it, and I kind of miss it. Oh, she was on Sapiens. I love that map. I love that map a lot. It's so good. I hit up the Twitter account, the Hitman Twitter account. They followed me back, and they've sent me stuff whenever there's like a new release of some new content. Now they send me keys for it. They're super nice. Let's see if I can hook Hesty up. They're super, super nice. I love them. The team is great. I think that team is working on their James Bond game right now, right? Like I want another Hitman, but I'm pretty sure they're working on the James Bond one, which will probably be a little similar. And then after that, they want to do more Hitman. But it'll be nice. Yes. They teased it recently. I'm excited. It's announced at the Switch too. Yeah, so it's getting close to being done. It sounds like it basically is done. They're testing. I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm really inspired by. I really like the second game, the cinematics, where they didn't have the budget to go and animate everything. So instead, they took stills. They took the 3D models of the characters and made stills of them, and then just did really good lighting and camera work and voice acting. And the cinematics in the second game were so good. They were so good. Peke, hello. Welcome. Raid number 2. First Hesty, now Peke. Thank you. Welcome on in. I was just watching earlier, I was watching this compilation of them playing Repo together. If any of you have the ability to clip stuff that they do and translate it in English, please do, because I want to see more content. And I'll watch stuff if it's not translated and I can understand, like, kind of what's going on. But I like seeing, like, the full translated clips, Yeah, I was watching a compilation of the Nova playing Repo. Peke, we should play Repo. Peke, you, me, and rest of JP. Repo. We should do it. I want to play. I want to play. I want to do it. We were talking about Hitman because Hesty was playing Hitman today and she just raided before this. I was saying those games are so good, they should all play them. They should all play them. I love them. I love them. Yes! There was a clip where Hotaru drops the vase and it breaks. It's like minus $7,100. And she looks up and Peke walks through the door and goes, ah. And they just stand there for a long time. Oh, it was funny. I love that game. I love that game so much. I want to, I feel like it's the kind of game that I can play with people where we don't speak the same language and we can completely understand each other, like what's going on, right? We can signal to each other. I think it'd be great. Have you tried a solo run? No, I want to do a solo run really badly though. I do. I feel like it'd be really hard. I was watching and John Masayoshi, he got to like level 9 solo on the first day he was doing it. And then Ray was doing some solo runs. So now I'm like, it kind of makes me want to do solo runs? Maybe. Maybe. It feels like it'd be really hard. Does the TTS translate in Repo? Oh, I don't know. Is Repo only in English? I don't actually know. I'm going to assume maybe it only works in English. The translations are mods. Ah, okay. Is Repo better than Lethal Company in your eyes? Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Lethal Company was a really good game. But the thing that I didn't like about it was a lot of the difficulty and the point of what you're trying to do in that game boils down to trying to remember your pathway out. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, I don't want the tough part of the gameplay to be try to remember how, like, what path to run out in. That's just kind of, that gets, like, annoying and boring for me. And then, yeah, there's less teamwork, right? So there's teamwork in Repo. In Lethal, not really as much. You're all just kind of like solo running shit and running past each other. So I think the game was still good, but it was missing something because of those two. And then Repo focused on smaller map, more teamwork. It has a bit more of an objective to it. And while their objectives seem similar, it feels like there's a stronger objective in Repo. So, yeah, I like it more. I like it way more. Heard Lethal might get updates again. I think Lethal was a really good basis, and they should consider just adjusting more things. I don't know. The best thing was it started a genre, like how Rogue created roguelites and roguelikes. Yeah, pretty much. I like that whenever that happens. So a good example is Vampire Survivors. Obviously, that's a roguelite, right? But the style of gameplay where you just take upgrades, it's very arcadey, and then you have weapons just shooting out of you and you're just upgrading them and you're just doing movement. That was a very specific type of gameplay. And since then, so many different games have started to do that sort of thing that they call them Vampire Survivors likes. Yeah, reverse bullet hell. Or auto shooters, that sort of thing. Bullet heaven, you could call it, I guess. There are a lot of games that started coming out with that sort of format. So I think that's what Lethal Company did really well, was it did something that felt unique. And now that's, you see that in Repo. Repo looks at that and goes, how can we do this and twist it, right? Which is great. I don't know who said it, but I laughed when they called it friend slop. That was me. Me and Mike, we always call games like that friend slop. It's those games where you make a lobby, the objective is really simple, and then you just get in there and run it over and over with friends. That's friend slop. We got Repo, we got Lethal Company, we got fucking Buckshot Roulette. You know, it's friend slop. I want to do the four-man Sisyphus game, but I wasn't sure who to invite. I've been thinking about that for a couple days. Thinking about that for a bit. That's more friend slop. But it's got to be people we can just talk to. It can't be people that are just screaming. They have to be able to sit there and talk through it because that's the only way to get through that game. Get it twisted. We got to get it twisted. Maybe we should do like 3 depressed millennials. Zen played that yesterday. I saw. I was laughing because I was like, oh, I didn't even show anyone that game yet. I wasn't sure if they were gonna play, and then yeah, Zen was playing, which is good. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Yeah, depressed millennial. Sayu maybe. Sayu could be good. Sayu could be good. I could also just get some of the girls. I'll see who wants it. I'll see who wants it. Let me actually grab the link to that game and then send it to some people. Let me do that before I forget. I know who to send it to. Okay. Biggest mistake of Lethal Company is you need to have friends. I mean, there are so many games, okay? There's so many games where you don't need friends. I, as a streamer, I'm always looking for more stuff to play together with friends. So for me, from my perspective, I feel like there aren't enough games to play with people. Because I have the people, but not the games. That's how I feel. But, yeah, I think when you're just like a gamer at home, yeah. At least Repo, like, you can do solo runs and it feels more exciting. I think doing a solo run of Lethal feels kind of shit. Kind of shit and boring. I know. Though I will say, #ad for my own Discord, a lot of people hop into the Discord and just find people to play with in there. Our Discord has been really good for people who are like, hey, my name's Jim. I want to play Repo, but I don't have friends. And then everyone in the Discord will be like, hi, Jim. And then they make a lobby. Like, I see you guys gaming in there quite a lot. It's really chill, so I recommend it straight up. And I'm not just saying this because it's my Discord. We're actually really good at that. Genuinely good at that. We have a little thing I'll mention. I see there's a lobby right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of you in a VC. You can go into there, and we have a VC that has a little plus sign on it, and it says create a VC. It's the name of the VC. When you click on that, it puts you in your own VC that you can rename, and then once everyone leaves that VC, it deletes it. So my Discord is literally set up for people to just make as many VCs as they need. So you could set it up and be like looking for Repo players. LFG greater than sign Repo, you know? And you can just do that and see if people hop in. So, yeah. Just saying. Oh my god, my 10-hour bubbling remix stopped. There we go. Just saying. I recommend it. Every time a new multiplayer game comes out, it pops off. Yeah, this Discord, I'm proud of it, to be honest. Because I was like, the point of having a Discord wasn't for me to just hang out with people. I wanted people to hang out with people, you know? And no, it really happened, so that's good. Vintage Story is the current arc. Yeah, I want to get back to it at some point, but I was thinking of doing an actual server. I was thinking of doing a whole ass server at some point. We'll see. And maybe I still solo stream on it, but I just make it like mods or some shit, like mods only. Or maybe I grab friends for it. I just don't know who of my friends actually want to play it. I think maybe just May. Let me ask if she's played it. Did you play Vintage Story? I feel like she did. I think she'd be good for it. Love that feature. Often went into a VC to share while I was in my snow era. Dude, wasn't snow so good? It was so good. I loved that fucking game. It was just high speed, downhill skiing I played it on stream. Oh, I could have played that shit for 10 hours, dude. There was nothing to it, too. It was just high speed downhill skiing. And it would auto-generate these worlds, and they were beautiful. And you tried to do tricks. There were a couple modes, but I just went into free ski, and I just went. I want to play that again. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, immaculate vibes, dude. It was really good. It was really good. I loved it. I loved it. But that's the other thing too. I've noticed a lot of people, when I play a game on stream, a lot of folks will start playing it, and what they'll do is after my streams, they'll just go into Discord, start up a VC and screen share what they're doing, almost like it's a stream, and just hang out in there, and people will watch each other play it. I've seen that a lot, which is nice. That's nice. Never played that, but it sounds awesome. It was good. It was good as hell, man. I just put on some music and just went downhill. That was it. Let me see if I can find it. Snow Ultimate Free Riding. Let me get a picture. You can even first person cam it. Try to get a picture of like a really nice environment. The auto-generated environments, like they change up the lighting and everything too. It's just a gorgeous game. It's just fun. That's all. It's just a bit arcadey and fun. Okay, here. Hold on. Snow Ultimate Free Riding. Highly recommend. I never really did anything with the first person mode, didn't even realize there was one, so I kind of wanted to go back and do that. Yeah, the snow sounded good. It sounded really good. Look. Dude. Dude, I put this game on. You go so fast in this game, and you're just going and trying to avoid shit and skiing around. Oh. It was paradise, man. It was paradise. It was wonderful. I think you should all play it. I think you should all play it. It's a lightweight game. I found it played really well on Steam Deck. So I was thinking when I go back to play it, I'll probably just open it on my Steam Deck when it's like late at night, I'm gonna go to bed and I need to do something to just put myself to sleep. I'll just sit there and ski until my eyes start closing. I think that's what I'll do. Only thing the game doesn't have is it does not have a Yeti that pops out of a tree and tries to kill you. Unlike, you know, the OG Ski Free. I think that's, the one thing that they're missing is they need Yeti mode. Surprised it doesn't gain more traction on Steam. It's such a good brain-off game. Yeah, it's got, what? 366 reviews. That's pretty small. That's pretty small. It's not really much, so. I don't know. I recommend it. It's on sale until April 16th. Normally it's $12. Right now it's $8.50. Woo! Huge. Huge. But yeah, if you want a brain-off game, that one's good. Still thinking about Haste. We might do Haste sometime soon. A lot of people have been arguing on Twitter about Haste and how it's what they want out of a Sonic game. And I was like, oh no, don't say that. Because then you're going to summon all the Sonic fans that like get really mad when you critique it. And, you know, I think you're allowed to critique things that you love to want them to be better. That's fine. But like, there are people that are like, this is what I wish Sonic was. And then you get the Sonic fans clenching their fists and they're like, no! It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Game Informer already summoned them. I know. The discourse was so loud that it got to my algo, my algo is just gaming. That's it. It's just the people that I follow and then gaming news. So I was like, oh, Haste, I was interested in that game, and I like looked at a post and saw replies, and I was like, I will just quietly play this on my own. I'm not gonna talk about it on Twitter. Like, no, thank you. I'm good. But anyway, the game we're playing that we've been playing is not about going fast. It's about taking your time, actually. And we're gonna play more of it. We were playing Blueprints. Side note, this is the third stream of it. We started it Thursday, couldn't stop thinking about it Friday, so I did an impromptu stream on Saturday, so we're gonna play more. Hi, Raw Fury. Raw Fury, do you know? You should have seen what I did yesterday. You should have seen. Can I show you guys this? Okay, spoilers in case anyone wants to like play this game and doesn't want to be spoiled. Can I show you guys this? This is their publisher, by the way, Raw Fury. Check this out. I have it's not Devon chat, it's publisher chat. I have a board. I have a board. We found this cutscene. We finally found Totally Not Zoltar. And I was filling in like, here's when flag does not stir. I was just filling in the text. And then the conclusion is, bro says I literally would never find it. Yeah, we have all this shit. All the notes. I keep noticing that some things are written in a different font. Different font, you know? So I've been pointing that out. Like this West. Why is West different? Why is this the same font as this note where bridge is written like that? Right? And then I have, this is the conspiracy corner. Where we get in the scary red letters. We have 3 of them so far. Conspiracy corner. Ooh. And then the microchip shit. Dude, we were going insane over this yesterday, and the chat was like, you're actually going crazy. So I saw this posted, and then I was like, wait, this lines up with this. It's very grid-like. Oh my god, what are we missing? Right? And then I went here, and then I went here, and I was like, oh my god, the dining room chairs have the same shape as the thing with the microchip in it, and you know. So we're going fully, yeah, complete schizo. Like, I'm going crazy. I'm going insane. I will 100% this game. Cause look, it took me like a year, but if I can 100% Cocoon, I can do anything in this fucking world, all right? If I can finish Cocoon, I can do anything. Anything. All right? Anyway, play Cocoon, so good. Actually, so fucking good. Just saying. Play Cocoon if you like puzzle games as well. If you play this... Okay, if you play Blueprints and you're like, I love this, and you're okay with something that has the story not as told to you and more just like kind of seen and more abstract, you want something a little artsy-fartsy on top of it, go play Cocoon. Holy fuck. It was so good. Alright, I'm turning off my 10-hour Bub Lane Remix Seaside Kingdom Super Mario Odyssey Music Extended. We're opening the game. We're opening Blueprints. It's time. It's time.